Collins Nweke joins us from Brussels. He is a politician and African Affairs Analyst. Thank you very much for joining us today here on TRT World. Now, no one has claimed responsibility for this attack as of now. How likely is it that this attack was perpetrated by the same group against which the government has launched a military operation?
Well, when I listen to security analysts, try to, make some sense of this latest attack in Beni, eastern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo, one is left with only one conclusion, and that conclusion is that this is actually a continuation of the onslaught by Daesh, ISIS, and their expansion, campaign in the entire African region. And so it will be surprising if the responsibility is not claimed by them, because obviously they have been romancing with allied democratic forces, the people that are said to be responsible for this particular attack. And the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, is then linked with Islamic states in Central Africa province. So you see, it's a whole web of, terrorist groups that are linked to ISIS, and Daesh is playing a very, very significant role in all of this. So yes, used as a tool by Daesh.
Right. Now, when you say it would be surprising to see if the responsibility is not claimed by Daesh, it certainly means it is likely that this attack was perpetrated by them. Now, in that case, do you think the authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo have failed in containing this terrorist group?
I believe it is a bit premature to draw the conclusion that they have failed. Now, let us look at it from a broader perspective, the perspective of them being actually active in, Northern Africa for a start. And it appears that they are no longer having a field day in Northern Africa. And so they are very gradually making entry into, Eastern and Central Africa, and as a matter of fact, West Africa, because there are some of their footprints in places like Nigeria, Niger, and so on and so forth. So I believe one of the initiatives that have been taken recently is, the joint operation between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, with the purpose, of course, of trying to contain them. Has that happened yet? That containment? Certainly not. Have they wiped them out? No, that has not happened. But whether that could be called a failure as of this moment is doubtful. I believe that the UN has put its searchlight on that, and have actually called on the international community to see this as a battle not far from their beds, one that they need to join hands with the African leaders to see how they combat it and put it out of business. But in the time being, the regional efforts does not appear to have actually delivered the targeted result, but it does look like it's work in progress.
Right now, Collins, before I let you go, undoubtedly Daesh is a notorious terrorist group which has taken the lives of thousands of innocent people, including women and children across the world. Now, for example, in Iraq, it took a collective global response to wipe out Daesh. Do you think a similar response is necessary for a country like Democratic Republic of Congo? Do you think the country needs international help at this point to wipe out Daesh?
Undoubtedly. And that was why I essentially told you, a few minutes ago that it is premature to consider the efforts of, the regional efforts between Uganda and Congo as a failure, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, the only way to actually put Daesh out of business is through a global response. And I believe that in the summer of this year, 2021, the United Nations has actually, called attention to it, trying to mobilize positive thoughts around that, because only through such a concerted global effort can they be put out of business. Now, we have seen example of that happening in Northern Africa, where they were very, very active and unleashed serious mayhem. But with regional efforts and global help, they were able to combat it. The same should be considered for Central and Western Africa, as well as East Africa.
All right, Collins Nweke, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.